Hi, my name is Angelin. I transferred to King's in January and was placed in the King's High School Treble Choir. On my first day of school, I went to my second bell. I walked into a room full of the coolest girls I've ever seen. Honestly, I was very intimidated and very scared. But trying not to show it, which I did really badly, I just played it cool. When the girls started singing, I felt my stomach drop. I don't belong here, I kept thinking to myself. The next day passed, and those thoughts just grew louder, so I ended up talking to Miss Mofaller after choir about dropping choir. She asked me to stay just for one more day because she wanted to try something. She said, if it doesn't work out, then I'll walk you to the counselor's office myself. I was a little confused, but what did I have to lose? So the next day, I walked in not knowing what to expect. We began class with the exercise called Find Your Voices Home to specifically place me somewhere I belonged within the choir. I sang with all 3 alto rows to see where my voice fits. It was really interesting to witness because it was almost entirely led by the students. Mill Fowler and the other girls decided that I fit in the middle row. Then we decided to find where in the middle row I belonged. It was so funny to hear how the girls started yelling and cheering when we got in the right spots. Hearing them was so heartwarming, and it almost made me want to cry because that was the first time I felt like I belonged in a musical setting. My whole life in other choirs, I was just placed in alto and that was it. The problem with that is that when you grow up hearing people around you that sound very different than what you're capable of, you grow up being insecure. And I grew up being insecure of my voice. And I learned to just lip sync everything I sung. I have been given confidence in my voice and the gals in choir. And I say this with like 100% sincerity. The girls I met in choir are some of the best people I know still today. Now I can say that I'm a proud member of King's Treble Choir, all thanks to Mo Fowler. Thank you, Mo Fowler, for not giving up on me, and thank you for finding my voices home, and me at home.
So at the start of this process, I didn't feel like I would find a place, and the reason why I'd keep crying and just felt so miserable was because I felt like everyone else sounded amazing and that they sounded like they belonged, and I felt like an outlier, like I was the broken piece and that I shouldn't have been there. And I felt like the only solution was to leave, but after today I felt a lot better. Like I actually found a place where I can be and find a way to be comfortable and sound good without ruining everyone else. And I felt like I actually was at home.